Hey, what's happening everyone? Johnnyman here, and welcome back to Roda to Glory. Today is a huge episode in store for you. We'd first take on PSV, and then we take on Go Ahead Eagles. This is the current situation that we find ourselves in. We only have 4 games left to go in this season, and basically we can qualify for the European playoffs that works in Holland. There's a little playoffs after the season to determine who's going to get the spot in the Europa League. And at the moment, it's been a struggle to get into this position right now. But we are 7th place in the table, which is the last spot in the playoffs. And we're actually just above Groningen on goal difference and 2 points ahead of PSV Eindhoven, who at the moment we play today, first and foremost. So today is a huge fixture. We have to get something out of the game. I want to get a win. However, I would accept a draw at this circumstance because Groningen have actually just lost against Wilhelm II. So it kind of sets up a situation now where we kind of have our fate in our own hands. So first and foremost, let's get this first game going up against PSV. As I mentioned, I'm kind of torn between going for a win in today because that would knock PSV completely out of the European races, pretty much. And then but if we get a draw, at least that means we'll be able to, I don't know, just keep up with the current run of form that we've kind of managed to find out of somewhere. All right, so straight into the game. PSV have been poor all season. They've come on kind of leaps and bounds the last couple of weeks. They're starting to pressure on us, and at one point they actually overtook us in the table, but lucky enough we managed to win that game last time out. Sets up a situation now where we can at least give it a good old shot. So here we go. Today's lineup. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation. Jacobs comes into the side as an advanced playmaker. Everything else pretty much to be expected. Gershback keeps his place in the side after coming in for De Silva last time out. So here we go up against PSV. This is a huge game, as I mentioned about 5 or 6 times by now. So going into the game, I'm very torn between either going for the winner or maybe sitting back and settling for a draw. I think against teams like PSV and high quality teams, you kind of have to play your usual style. I don't think you should change it too much. Basically, my best 11's out on the field in the best kind of positions. So that's really all I can hope for. So this is all I can really do when going up against a team of PSV's quality. And obviously, you just hope for the best. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, here's Zout. Hits the ball long now. Morala's going to challenge De Jong in the air. Can't win it. There's Lacadia. Lacadia to Ramselaar. Ramselaar puts it that way to Arias. Ramselaar, Arias hit the overlap there on the right-hand side. Nobody's picked up his run, but he's found Van Crooy. Good ball in. De Jong with the header. Great save there from Uris. De Jong's actually top goal scorer of the league this season. Obviously, we're going to have to be aware of his impact up top. Morala gets free, makes the clearance. Only as far as Van Crooy puts it back in. Here's Carolina at the edge of the area to Foreign, and the chance comes out to nothing. All right, here's Bill as our danger man. Gives a ball away cheaply, though. Here's Foreign now. To Ramselaar, to Van Crooy. Seen a lot of the action in the first half. Runs our defence. Terrible effort, though, from Van Crooy. Alright, here is Ramselaar to Lobotka. It's been pretty much all fine, what actually would expect in the first half. They've got to win today as much as we do. There's Acadia. Fantastic blocks in the box there. Defenders throw themselves in front of the ball, and it's found to Van Crooy, the back post, and he's found the back of the net. Vito Van Crooy has now given PSV the lead. And they now leapfrog us in the table if they beat us today. So we've got to respond. And thus far it's been all PSV, so there might mean some changes here in the second half for us. Yeah, Van Crooy all alone on the back post. Gershback did not keep a close eye on him. Alright, here is Uris now to Basang. Basang to Nascimento to Natic. Natic finds Wilson. Wilson gives the ball away cheaply. Natic as well to pick up the loose pieces, though. Here's Jacobs. Gives the ball away again. Come on, we got to do better with our possession. We got to be much more, I don't know, purposeful. I like to play a slower tempo, but we're not usually that bad at giving the ball away. Here's a chance now, Lacadia. So when I say like tempo and desire, this is exactly what I'm referring to. The way that PSV are playing. This is beautiful football. 2-0. Well, fuck. Alright, we're in a bad spot now. Apologise for my French there. But we're in a difficult position now. Let's change the shape a little bit. I'm actually going to also... I'm going to play a higher tempo for the first time. I don't usually like to play high tempo, but I'm going to do it. Whatever changes can I make? That's the only change I'm going to make for now. That's fine. we'll see how that influences. Change the shape a little bit. Push Nascimento forward. Not his natural role, by the way. He's not really a centre midfielder. He's definitely more of a defensive midfielder. And I'm also going to go to a higher tempo to try and carve out a couple more opportunities. We're 2-0 down. We've got to try and get something out of this game. Obviously, we'll take a draw at this point, but it's looking increasingly likely it's going to be a very, very bad loss today. Here's De Jong now for PSV to Ribeiro. What a strike that is, and it's 3-0. Christ's sake. Alright, 51 minutes on the clock here, 3-0 down. Let's see if we can get a goal back quickly. Bill with the effort there. It's probably our best chance in the game so far. And that's saying something. PSV came in today, and they definitely came here to play football. And us, on the other hand, we've been sleepwalking through that first half. Found us up 2-0 down, and now through a fantastic strike from Locadia, it's now 3. Here's De Jong now looking for 4. Locadia again, this time puts it over. The bad thing about this result, by the way, it's that we're losing 3-0. That kind of harms our goal difference quite a bit. Let's bring off Adelaide. Let's bring on Van Velzen instead. Try and save some legs, I suppose. So let's bring on Danny. He can play as the target man. But yeah, harms our goal difference, and that could be the defining line between us getting into playoffs and us missing out. Is Danny Chan on the edge of the area now, and he's brought down, but it wasn't a penalty. There's Van Velzen to Gershbach. Gershbach cross it in. Wilson in the back post, side netting. Still, as the game's gone on, we played a little bit better, but it's still too little too late, and it's going to be a pretty easy victory here for PSV. Here's Dijkhuizen to Danny. Danny turns, lays it inside Carolina with the clearance, so Morala heads it back to Gershbach. Here's Natic now. Van Velzen, tidy build up here. Nascimento to Natic, to Wilson. Jacobs, great ball. Van Velzen's through on goal, and he finds it back in the net, so 3-1. A little bit of a consolation here at the end of the game, made it 3-1, obviously improves the goal difference a little bit more. Good ball too, by the way, from Jacobs, I should say. Good first time finish there from Velzen on his left foot. Alright, there's 30 seconds left in this game, and it's going to end up in a PSV victory. Obviously, this is huge for PSV, which means we now have to play catch-up now for the next 3 games. Lucky enough, though, our run-in is slightly easier to Groningen's. I didn't check the PSV run-in, but I know the next couple of games are pretty winnable for us. And we're just going to have to come up big in those games. Next up, we do play Go Ahead Eagles in a must-win away game. And another interesting piece of news, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has now been given the manager role at PEC Swal. What did Jimmy manage before this? I forget. Let's take a look here. Milestones. He was manager Northampton actually recently. See, you got any awards, any competitions? Not really, no. Nothing really of interest happened to him while he was manager of Northampton and QPR and Burton. Actually, I forgot about that. All right, so here we go up against Go Ahead Eagles away from home. In the other games yesterday, Groningen actually beat AZ Alkmaar, so they go above PSV and us now, which kind of adds another layer of pressure to today's game. All right, as far as changes go to the side, I'm not going to make any kind of changes. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put Adelaide a bit more attacking on the left flank as an inside forward. I've also moved Natic a little bit further back to help support Nascimento. Basically, I'm going to allow our fullbacks to push on a little bit more and have a bit more creative freedom, because Nascimento and Natic should provide enough cover at the back to help protect Basong and Morala. All right, so this is going to be an absolutely crucial game. If we don't win today, we can basically say our season is done. Regardless of what happens, though, there's still 2 more games to go, and that'll be done in the next episode. But let's just focus on today, and hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll get a win. All right, here's Jacobs now to Natic. Natic finds Gershbach on the overlap. Gershbach cross into Bill at the near post. Gets in there, my son Bill. He's becoming really good at attacking that near post. From those balls from the left flank. And Bill's our top goal scorer this season, by the way. He's notched up, I think, 16 goals this season, which is a pretty incredible record for a 19-year-old in his first season in Europe. Fantastic finish at the near post from Bill. Good cross there from Gershbach as well. All right, here is Schenk to Ebesillo. I think that's how you pronounce it. Good intercepting there from Gershbach. Here's a chance now to hit them on the counter-attack. Adelaide now, pace and power going forward. There's Wilson, finds Bill. Bill's 1-on-1 with the keeper. What a save and tackle that was. I'm going to presume it was save and tackle. I'm not going to believe Bill missed from there. All right, here's Dijkhuizen to Jacobs. Jacobs to Dijkhuizen to Wilson now. Tackled on the box, and it's easily cleared. Here's De Kugel to Hendricks. Chance now for Go Ahead Eagles. Here's Dykhuizen. Does well, though, to save the ball from going out of play. Wilson looking for Bill. That's a terrible ball. Here's Schenk to Ketten. All right, so this is a long highlight, which means at the very least it's going to be a very good clear-cut chance for someone. Here's the Kugel to Despar. Despar to Hendricks now in the box, and he finds the back of the net. Go ahead, Eagles, equalize. It's 1-1. All right, bad injury. Unfortunately, Dykhuizen has gone down with a knock, so what we're going to do here is we're going to bring on Jay De Silva. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to actually have him as an inverted wingback on attack. Now, this is something I've been thinking about doing for quite some time, using De Silva to cut in from that right side, because he has got one hell of a shot. If he can get some space at the edge of the area, I want him to take shots on. So we also are 1-1, and 1-1 is not a good enough result. So we have to go on the attack, do something a little bit different to try and scrap out a victory. All right, here's the first highlight since the changes. Here's the Kugel to Groenbast. Look at Hendricks, who got the equalizer. Gets in the box there, and he gets himself a goal. You've got to be kidding me. What kind of laissez-faire defending was that? For fuck's sake. That's something we've got to fix in the offseason desperately. Our defending is nothing but atrocious. Alright, so halftime here, and it's currently 2-1 to go ahead, Eagles. Disaster. Absolute freaking disaster. Yeah, I'm taking gambles here as far as my tactics goes, but we haven't been good for a couple of months as far as I'm concerned, so we had to try and do something a little different to try and force some form out of the boys. Alright, free kick here. Wilson's going to whip this ball in. Basong rises highest and he puts it over the bar. Great chance there for Sebastian Basong. Unfortunately, couldn't get his header on target. Alright, 15 minutes left to go in this game, and we're going to have to go to overload here. I'm going to push Natic and Nascimento forward. I've got to do something here because at the moment, this result would pretty much, I would say, end the season for us, I would say, pretty much. And if we don't win, it's basically game over as far as the playoffs go. Oh, here's a chance now. Adelaide's in the box, shoots and scores! Get in there, Adelaide. 2-2. Alright, so we've got 5 minutes left to go to try and save our season here. Again, anything short of a win here would be a disaster. Alright, so, come on, boys. 4 minutes of added on time. Let's do this. Alright, Uris is going to smash this ball along. Nascimento win it in the air, son. He does. Alright, looking for Bill. Can't quite get there. Alright, ball goes long. Here's Natic. Hit a Hadaval to Poirier. To Mustafa, to Zepar. Come on, get a tackle in someone. Chance now for go ahead. Alright, so you put it wide. That's a good chance for them, though. But come on, boys. There's a couple minutes to go. Corner kick, ball's whipped in. Free head at the far post. Garsbach hits it off the line. And it's still 2-2. Alright, it's Hardevel to Poirier. Poirier to Ketin. Ball goes long here. Well on Basson. Adelaide. Oh, just get hold of the freaking ball, would you please? There's Gershback to Wozniak to Despar. Through on goal again. That was a chance there. Honestly, go ahead. Should probably be winning. Definitely chances here at the end. So we got a minute now left of added on time. Ball goes long here. Bill Winnett. Can't do it. Alright, so here's De Silva to Adelaide. Adelaide looking for Wilson. He's found him. There's Wilson. Byline. Cross it in. Van Velzen. Oh, try to head it down. Gershback with the effort, and he goes horribly over the bar. Dramatics here at the end. Late dramatics indeed. Alright, Stevens is going to hit this ball long. Basong heads it. Come on. 15 seconds now left in this game. Nascimento. De Silva. Anything's coming on. Adelaide to Bill. Come on, Bill. To Wilson. Wilson's through on goal. Shoots. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper again. Full-time whistle's blown. 2-2. And that is a soul-crushing draw. I was saying defeat. It feels like a defeat. Soul-crushing draw there against Go Ahead. A game that we desperately so needed to win. And more bad news. Hank's going to miss the rest of the season. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. So what we'll do is we'll finish the end of the day. We'll see how PSV done. If PSV win here, it's looking very difficult for us. They play Ajax though, so there's a chance still. There is a chance. But I feel like the playoffs is slowly slipping from our grasp. We've only 2 games left. So aren't they beat Ajax? Of course they do. Ajax, of course, screw us over. So currently this is the situation right now. Basically, we have to win our last 2 games and hope that Groningen and PSV drop points. PSV have to lose at least 1 game, and then Groningen have to drop. Just basically have to lose as well. So disappointing, so disappointing, because the season started so strongly, and I just don't know. It's just tailspinned out. It's almost the reverse of last year, how last year we had a really poor start and then ended strong. We started strong and we've ended poorly. I mean, 1 win in, what was it? Freaking, what we're looking at here, like 7 games. 1 win in 7 games. It's unacceptable. And we've played some teams that we should be beating pretty comfortably. I'm really annoyed, if you can't tell, by our form. I'm really annoyed at Foot Manager today because my Puritan save isn't going great either. But anyway, it's disappointing. We have 2 more games left. If we beat Utrecht in NEC, well, we stand maybe a 25% chance of getting the playoffs. Just estimating there. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed the save so far. Obviously, it's gutting. Unlikely we're not going to make Europe again next season. But hopefully we'll build on some stuff, and there will be a stronger team next year. We did. I'm going to sign a couple of players. I've announced those signings. I haven't announced them to you yet, but I've approved them. We'll find Krista Groot. Obviously, I'm thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Your I Am Groot at the back there. Promising young defender, 18-year-old Belgian player. I'm going to sign Wim de Jorf, another Belgian player here. This guy looks really good. Left back, talented left back. So we're going to bring in a permanent left back for next season. So instead of having to loan him in, we're going to have a good one from now on. And then I also signed a midfielder too. That's pretty promising. Timothy Antoine, who is another Belgian player, but a very, very fast out-and-out winger. Looks like a really, really good player as well. So I'm excited about those players coming in. Hopefully they'll strengthen the team. And then next season, a couple of seasons afterwards, having Bill, Nascimento, Antoine, De Wolf, the Groot, Morello at the back. We've got some really, really cool, young, promising pieces coming through. So that gives me something to be excited about, but it still doesn't change the fact that I'm very frustrated at how the season has finished. But still, there's 2 more games left to go. You never know what can happen. Maybe we can sneak into the playoffs. Just got to pray, I suppose. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like. If you want to see more from me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.